Alright, so now in this next tutorial, um, we're going to assemble some parts of the chassis. If you remember, we worked in this file called Pushbot. So open this file if it's not already open. You can just double click and open it. You should see this on your screen. This is all the work you did last time to create the right rail, the left rail, and the crossbar assembly. This time, in this tutorial, we are going to actually position them, or let's say align them and create further joints, just like you see in the picture on the right. Basically, you got to get the left and the right rail lined up and assemble the crossbar assembly on top of it. It's actually quite simple. What we do is, let's start by maybe moving things around a little bit. So let's get this assembly here, the crossbar assembly, and move it out of the way first. We can do that by, as I said before, identifying where is this part in your browser. As you can see, I clicked on this channel here and it underlined this one for me. So I'm gonna go click on the name here. So you can see it highlighted this channel, and I'm going to move this channel, but because the other two smaller channels are also rigidly fixed to it, they will move along with it. So you get the move command by hitting M. There you see it. I'm just gonna basically move it out of the way a little bit. Take the whole thing out of the way. That should be good enough. You'll see why later. If you want to, you can also rotate it, maybe even already start to position things around a little bit. If you wanted to look exactly like the picture over here, I would rotate it 90 degrees using this handle. There you go. And say OK. Now I would probably leave this channel in this place, just move it a little bit out of the way. So let's find this channel. I'm clicking on it. I see it's highlighted, underlined here. So I highlight it. Again, hit M for move. I will probably move it a little bit like this. Translate it so it's clear of this assembly here. Just leave it there for now. Say OK. Finally, you want to move this assembly here. Again, it underlined it for me, so it's here. I'm going to say M for move. Move it here. You can see it clearly. And basically, I have to position it like this channel over here. So I'm gonna just basically turn it around using this circular handle. I'm just gonna turn it around 180 degrees. Again, look for exactly 180, otherwise it will not be aligned properly. I'm at 185, I need to be 180 exactly. There we go. So now we have 180. I can probably even move it back a little bit using this translation and move it a little bit out of the way or apart like that. There you go. Good enough. Say OK. It looks more or less like how this is lined up here now. And you really don't need to do all these steps, because in the end, if you know how to define a joint, it will come together. But it's easier and less complicated if you position them like that first. Now all you need to do is make these two joints. 4 screws here, 4 screws on the other side. Basically, it's the last set of holes in the crossbar. And if you remember, you had to join it to, let's zoom in here a little so you can see better. It was joined right at this hole. So that was first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh hole. And on the top of the plate, basically the 7th hole position is what you want right here. Similarly on the other side. So let's try to do that. I'm gonna find basically the 7th hole, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I want to join basically on the top surface here. I'm gonna pick just one hole. We don't need to do all 4, just like before. 1 is enough. So let's just pick this hole. You can actually also pick the center, doesn't matter, but since we are actually using screws, this is what is going to be fixed. So let's do it that way. So I'm gonna pick, this is, remember, the 7th hole. I'm gonna pick this one. Again, use the command called menu called assemble, command called joint, capture the position if it asks you, pick the first one, that is this edge, with the control button pressed down, center. So I got the 7th hole there, and it needs to basically be joined on this channel here to the last position. So I'm gonna scroll. Remember, the top side of this channel will go to the underside of this channel. So I need to just rotate it to find the underside. And it's basically this hole that I need. So again, same procedure, get the center, and you should see everything moved as a rigid joint. One thing you will notice is what happened. These 2 are left over here, and only this moved. But we had already defined a joint here. Don't worry about it. This is just to show you the animation. You have not yet hit OK. When you hit OK, everything will come in place. So that looks good to me now. That's just the way it is in Fusion. It shows you part of the joint before it moves everything, just so that you have a chance to confirm it. So let's do the same on the other side. I'm gonna find the 7th hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, this is not really clear to see. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th one on the top. This time I'm going to go with this hole on the outside here. Let's use the menu assemble, joint. I'm going to pick my first joint as this edge. Zoom in as much as you need to be sure you're getting the right edge. Use the control button, click the center. That's my first component. Let's zoom out. This top of this has to go to the underside of this channel. So manipulate it however suits you the best, so you can find the underside of that one. And I picked the outer one on that channel, so I'm gonna pick the outer one here also. And again, this time you'll just see part of your channel has moved. The rest is floating in space over here. Don't worry. Just make sure it's rigid and hit OK. And everything should be in place now. I'm going to go to the home button here. And as you can see, everything is exactly like it should be. So at this point, I'm going to hit save. User saved is fine. And my Pushbot is now assembled.